Now, ladies, I want you to picture with me your perfect wedding day. You in your perfect wedding white dress. Everybody's standing up waiting for you to come down the aisle. Everybody has a smile on their face. They're your friends and your family. And your groom is waiting for you at the very end of the aisle, just waiting for you to get there. But before any of this can happen, we have a lot of planning to do. First off, we need to look at our budget. What do we have to spend? What can we get? It is going to be the determining factor of everything else that I'm going to say. It is so important to stick to this budget, so I will be stressing this. An interview that I did with one of my close wedding coordinator friends, she said that less than half of her brides that she helps do not stick to their budget. TheKnot.com is one site on the internet that helps you keep your budget and keeps it straight. Also, many wedding venues will help you and give you a sheet to fill out to help you day by day, month by month, plan this special day. Picking the venue is very important. You have to make sure the time of the year is great because there's a weather factor. If it rains or if it snows, you have to add in some money into the budget because of the big tents and everything else that you have to buy last minute. The number of guests that the venue holds is also very important because if you want this big old wedding, you can't have it in a small place. But make sure that you have your desires met because many of us want to have a garden wedding or a church setting or in the mountains or by a stream. There's so many places to have a wedding, but always stick to your budget. Some places are all-inclusive, like the place that I picked for my own personal wedding. They have venues and everything ready there for you that they already work with. That helps when you have a small amount of time to plan your wedding. But some places, they only rent their site out, so you have to bring everybody in. But if you have a longer amount of time and your budget's a little larger, that might be the way to go. It all depends on you and your budget. Also, the details next. There's some big and there's some small details. Some of the bigger ones, the more expensive ones that you always need to count on, they're very important, are the catering and the flowers. There's also the cake and your dress and the bridesmaid dresses, trying to figure out who's going to be in your bridal party, who's going to marry you, a pastor or a judge. Also the decorations, you have to figure out the licensing, your name change, and then there's the hair and the makeup to make you beautiful on your special day. Start out with catering. You have basically two options. There's the buffet style or the sit-down style. The sit-down service is a little more on the pricey range. So many people, they like to stick with the buffet, which is also still an elegant way to go. With the cakes, to point out, the square-shaped ones, they're a little bit more expensive. I found that out when I was picking my own. And also, they also charge a flower placement fee. Also, you got to stick that into your budget too. Don't go out of your budget. The dresses. You should be comfortable and make sure it fits right onto your body because the more alterations that you have to have, the more expensive it's going to be. Also, the waist and the more of the detail, that's going to be more expensive too. Your hair and makeup, you want to be perfect and beautiful on your day, so you want to set a trial run of your makeup and to do your hair just the way you want it. About 2 weeks before your big day comes. So then you have confidence in the person that is doing it for you, and also the person who does it for you will have confidence in themselves that they see you happy and this is what you want. As we've gone through details and we've talked about the venue and the budget, now we can start looking at our invitations and sending them out on time and making sure, well, hey, I can invite 200 people because that's what our venue says that you can do. And so you start picking out your family and your friends to spend this special day with you. But as you look through the invitations, you need to know that the bigger the invitation is, and the more square the invitation is, the more postage is going to be required, the more stamps. Another option for the invitations is you can print them at your house. You can buy the invitations blank and print them at your house. It's very convenient way to do things, and it's cheaper, but you also can go to the route that is kind of also a stress reliever, depending on how long you have to plan your wedding, just to let the company do it for you. Get things done, get things out of the way, but you also have to look at your budget to see if you have money to do that, because it's a little bit more expensive. RSVP options we have are phone numbers. You can stick your phone number in there, your email address. That's the cheaper way to go, but you also have to think about the people who are going to make long-distance calls, who maybe don't have email. So you might want to think about postcards. Adding that stamp is going to cost a little extra, but it might be worth it because you don't want to cause any stress on your guests. Just make it all convenient for them too. Now, to sum everything up, just use a planner, stick to your budget, make sure you have a little extra time in case anything pops out at you for preparations. It's very helpful. Also, I encourage you to invite your family and your friends to help you out, because then it makes memories and it brings everything together. Also, stick to the budget. That's a huge main factor. And I wish each one of you, whether you're planning your wedding now or in the near future, or if it's just in your dreams, I wish you the best of wishes. Thank you.